Okay, guys. So we got in the Broadway Limited Big Boy con uh, Conductors Club edition. Okay, so I have it on the track over here, and it came in some special packaging, and we got to switch cameras here a little bit. There we go. All right, so we're gonna bring this out. Okay, so I gotta come over here with it. Hang on a second. I gotta fix something. There we go. Okay, so now we can look at it. And so that's what the case looks like. Okay, it came in a special case. And I've ran it several times, okay, on the layout and had to get the layout exactly right. Um, it took some adjusting, okay, but anyway, we got it on the layout now, and the only reason I'm doing this is to kind of show you this, because I've been talking about this for a couple of videos now, and I'd like to show you exactly what we have here. So I've got my other iPad, and I use a wireless system for controlling the layout. This also works with my other layout. This is the Y throttle. I know if you use Android, whether it's a tablet or a phone, you have to use, the name escapes me. Uh, I don't particularly like that one. This is much easier. Um, and eventually I'm going to figure out how to control my turnouts with this. It's it's an interesting thing to be able to do, but right now I can't. I have to go and use the handheld throttle, which will throw those turnouts with the switch cat. But at any rate, let's give a listen to what this locomotive sounds like. We'll start with the F9, which is a startup sequence. Let's hope it works. Huh. Well, isn't this a... Oh, that's why. Okay. You know what? It helps if I dial in the right number. Okay, let's try releasing that. Okay, let's go with 4014. Yeah, I had a transposition there. Okay, so now let's try it. There we go. Okay, so this is the Broadway Limited startup sequence. Now this does have smoke, and it worked briefly. Um, I'm not sure if it shorted itself out or not. Um, I'm going to have a friend look at it or send it to Broadway. I'm really not in the mood to send it to Broadway because it works otherwise. Okay, as you can hear, it sounds great. It's got the lighted cab. This is a Paragon 4. Now, uh, let's run through this first. Uh, there's a lot of functions that, frankly, I don't ever use. Okay, um, I mean, you have a lot of specialized things like okay, like coupler sounds, air pump, a blowdown, water fill, uh, obviously your smoke on and off, the master mute. Okay, that was not it. So, okay, just hang on a second. We gotta get it restarted. Okay, had a little glitch there, but we're good. Okay, so um, your mute, which is F8. Okay, it most of this, Broadway has just continued from their HO stuff to the N scale, and I'm sure other Steam products from them work exactly the same. I don't have any other ones. I have the HOs, but not anything at N. But we're gonna take the mute off. Okay, so then you have your coal auger, water injectors, your brakes, a grade crossing. Let me see, F13. Yeah, you see now some are quicker. Yeah, we gotta do that again. That's the one thing. I gotta do it twice, and it's really a pain. Okay, so grade crossing. Your station sounds, yard radio, maintenance radio, just a radio check, city radio, farm radio, industrial sounds, lumber sounds, a secondary whistle. Uh, what's that? F22. Okay, it must not be equipped. Okay, so that's fine. Then there's the long whistle, a macro playback, a record, and brake squeal. So there's 28, but there's 26 functions that are supposed to be on here, which is pretty good. Okay. Myself personally, other than the lights, the bell, the whistle, uh, obviously smoke on and off, and the master volume and the startup shutdown. I don't even know if I would use the grade crossing, to be honest. It's pretty, I mean, it's quick. I mean, you have to get used to it and say, okay, well, at this point, I need to blow for it, and time it so that it works right. Um, but basically, that's it. Um, Now, I did notice the, um, what do you want to say? Oops, that's wrong camera. Let's try this one. There we go. Okay, the coupler. Okay, not real pleased with. Okay, I'm probably gonna find a microtrains and replace it with that. Um, Basically, because there's a car behind it that I purchased for the Altoona show. I'll move this forward a little bit so that you can see. It's got great operation. Okay, we're gonna stop it right there. Little picture. Okay, um, and it couples up to that just fine. But now I have a Cato passenger set that is Union Pacific, and it just says no. Okay, which is weird because back here I have one of these guys. This is also a Broadway limited, and it hooks up to the Cato just fine. Which I don't understand. And it'll pull the Catos around all day long and not give me an issue. But yet this one doesn't want to, so I have to figure out why. Um, but it does operate very nicely. I can't complain about it, to be honest. Um, so that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Um, Not really much else to say about it. The pulling power is great. I mean, it goes around awesome, and I'll have it in a video sometime in the future. I'll run this along with the Southern Pacific passenger set. Um, I'm gonna have to do a review on that one too, but not in this video. I don't want to mix the two together right off the right off the bat. But I will say that both of them run very well. Okay, um, I like the Kato, whatever you want to say. Um, I don't like the fact that they don't hook up with other manufacturers. That's probably the one thing in N scale that I don't like is that there's different manufacturers will do, say, okay, we're going to have our coupler and it works like this. Whereas in HO, everybody more or less is either going to do Katie couplers or they're going to do McHenry, which is basically more or less a Katie coupler. Probably the only exception to that rule is now scale trains. Okay, now I don't have any scale trains in. I do have HO scale trains, and I will say that sometimes they're kind of temperamental. Especially, I have the 100-ton coal cars, okay, in Norfolk Southern. I think, I forget what they're exactly called, the flood loaders maybe, I don't remember. But they will couple just fine to themselves, but when it comes to coupling to another non-scale trains locomotive, it's not that great. Even sometimes with the regular scale trains locomotive, you replace that with a KD number 5, and then everything meshes up just great. But I don't understand that. But anyway, so this is the N scale. This, like I said, this is a club member exclusive, and hopefully next month I will have the HO version of the Challenger from Union Pacific, which was also in a passenger contest. Wow, probably 20 years ish ago. That was the 3985 was the number on it. So that will complete my set. Okay, I will have the HO version of the big boy. Now these are all Broadway limited. I also have the 844, which is the FEF, the 484. I have that one. So this would be the trifecta. Okay, and so I would have all three of those. And in the N scale, like I said, I bought this because I have the passenger set, and I just want to run like that altogether. So we'll see what happens. But that's a project for down the road. I've got so many things. That's the problem with running two scales, okay? You're doing stuff in HO and doing stuff in N, and you're trying to keep everybody straight. And not always works, okay? So anyway, that's what we got for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, share, subscribe. And you notice a new format we're trying now. We're going to see how this flies. So far, so good. We did one live broadcast using this format. And we'll probably do some more in the future. I kind of like it. Okay. It takes some getting used to, but it's not drastic. Okay. So, anyway, that's it for today. We'll see you in the next one. You have a great day.